DEI. Let's have a conversation about DEI. And let's start off with this. What is DEI? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? On the surface, that sounds good. But let's talk about some of the problems with DEI. And the biggest problem is crap. It's supposed to help people get in positions that they normally wouldn't get in. Once again, sounds like a good thing, right? But what it really is saying that I don't think that you could get to this point without my help. So the person who's telling you that you need DEI is telling you that you are inferior. It's not systemic racism. It's not hatred. It's not any of those things. It's you don't apply yourself. And the person who's proposing to give you this DEI is saying that I believe that you can't hack it on your own. How disrespectful is that? Anyone who thinks DEI is a good thing should be ashamed of themselves. Because if you feel like you can't do the job that person can do without somebody else's help, then that job ain't for you. It's that simple. Everyone should want the best person for the job. Just like the presidential election, we had two choices. We had Trump and Kamala. Everybody want the best, the better of two evils, right? So, Donald Trump won. I mean, honestly, I think people made the right choice because Kamala wasn't very smart. But how did she get to where she at? Did she get there because she deserved it? Or because Joe Biden said, I'm going to make a black woman the first vice president or the first black vice president woman or whatever it was? That's DEI. And if it wouldn't have went through, if people weren't smart enough to vote like they did, we would have an unqualified person in the White House right now, and God knows where we would be. So DEI doesn't work. And not only does it not work, it shouldn't even be a thought. You should be disrespected if somebody approached you with the idea of DEI. If somebody came to me and said, hey man, I'm going to give you a position, even though you're not qualified for it, even though you probably shouldn't be in that position, but just because of your skin color, I'd tell that person to get out of my face. I would be offended because I have integrity. And you got people that's fighting about DEI and they don't even know what DEI is. So let's talk about DEI. They say it's to make the playing field level, right? But you know who DEI helps? This is a statistical fact. It helps women, especially white women. It helps illegal immigrants. And it helps people in the LGBTQ community. That's who DEI helps. So tell me, why in the world would black people across the country be mad about DEI when it's not even affecting y'all? In California, they have a thing called Medi-Cal, right? Not Medicare, Medi-Cal. And that's pretty much for legal immigrants. They tax you, the taxpayers, the hardworking people of this country, more money to take care of them. That's what DEI sound. That's what DEI is. And y'all falling for a hook, line, and sinker. To me, DEI ain't no different than Tuskegee and all those different things where they said, oh man, I don't think black people could do it because they don't have the mental capacity to do it, or they don't have they can't see at night, or they can't, stay awake for long distances, for long times, whatever it is they were saying about us. That's the same concept. They feel like we're inferior. And guess who it is? The Democrats. The good old plantation. They're the ones who feed y'all that stuff. They tell you you're inferior. If you took a 3-year-old child and every day from 3 to 12, age-wise, and tell him you're inferior, what you think he gonna think at 12? He gonna think he's inferior. That's what the Democrats are doing to us. They keep telling us we're inferior. So therefore, why would we go out and try hard? But not to mention, the biggest issue is the Democrats, the left. If you look at where they control, what cities, what counties, what states they control, the school systems are terrible. You know the funny thing about it? Most Democratic areas got who? Most black people. Right? So if they got terrible school systems where your kids and your family go to school there, their education is going to be terrible compared to everybody else who has a good school system and they learn and they actually retain the knowledge. They're going to have a leg up. Let's say you're doing an interview and you got one person in front of you who's educated, they know what they're doing, they may have done some internship. You got another person who may have a degree, but you could tell by talking to them, they don't know what they're talking about. Who you gonna hire? So when I try to tell people, it's deeper than just, oh man, no, what it is the Democrats are the same party that people forget that was against freeing the slaves. The Democrats also, KKK, pretty sure that came from Democrats. What about Jim Crow? Sounds like Democrats to me too. They signed one little civil rights bill and they act like they own you. Think about that for a second. What did Joe Biden say on the Breakfast Club? If you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black. These are the people who telling you that you need DEI. But the funny thing is this. We don't need DEI in professional sports, rapping, entertainment. Nobody talks about DEI there. So how would y'all feel if they said we're going to implement DEI in the NBA, where that league has got to be, 80% black? Now, when they start telling your sons, oh, you know what, you can't come to the league because we got to have so many white kids, so many Asian kids, so many Latino kids, so many whatever. See how you like it. We got to grow up, man. We got to come out of this mindset. DEI is a joke, and the Democrats are a joke. And as long as y'all keep letting them tell y'all what to do, y'all going to always be last place. Last thing I'm going to say on that is this. They tell you it's systemic racism. This is the Democrats tell y'all. They tell you, if you don't vote for us, the Republicans going to take your rights from you. Since they passed that bill in the 60s, there's been 6 or 7 Republican presidents since then. What rights have been taken from you? Tell me. Interesting. But there's been 6 or 7 Democratic presidents too in that time span. Tell me when they're in office, how good is your jobs? How good is your income taxes? How good is your taxes? Well, not income tax. How good is your taxes in general? Your property taxes. Everything goes up because they're gonna tax you more to pay for all this foolishness that they wanna push on people. All this, LGBTQ stuff, all this DEI and all this stuff that they want to push on people. They're gonna tax you for it though, to pay for it. And then they're gonna make themselves rich in the process. That's why they fighting Elon Musk so hard about going there and seeing what they're doing with that money, because they know it's gonna uncover fraud. But that's who y'all vote for. Don't forget, 93% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. And if she would have won right now, we'd be paying taxes through our teeth. Don't forget, y'all gave her $1.5 billion, and what did she do? She gave the money to rappers, celebrities, people who already got money. She took y'all money and gave it to people who are already rich. Y'all better figure it out. Well, on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a blessed day.